The Browns coach Kevin Stefanski said that no matter what, they're going with not Shedeur, Dillian. So don't look for Shedeur to get in this season. The only way he'll get in unless Dillian get hurt. But it looks like they're going to go with Dillian the rest of the way. We're going to listen to what the coach had to say. We watched the game earlier. Let me see. Okay. Let me go back. So we're going to listen to what Kevin Stefanski had to say. But he's definitely, like I said, he's sticking to what he knows, man. What they have is not working, and they have quite a bit. Let's see. So they got the Ravens, Raiders, 49ers, Titans, Bears, Bills, Steelers, and Bengals. Yeah, they definitely not. They not winning another game. So they got the Ravens. Then they might win against the Raiders. I don't know. 49ers, no. Titans, maybe. The Bears, no. Bills, no. Steelers, no. And Bengals, no. But they beat the Bengals this year, right? The Bengals, no. I'm going to say Bengals, no this time. And, 4, 6, 8 games left in the season. 8 games left in the season, guys. And this man, he's sticking with Dillian. So that's what it is. And we're not surprised by that. Yeah, we're definitely not surprised by this. Let's hear what he has to say.
It has a quad injury. We'll evaluate that in the morning. Obviously, we're going to win as a team. We're going to lose as a team, so we'll all own that, including myself. But it's extremely disappointing, some of the moments in that game in terms of how that game unfolded. Obviously, you can't give up 2 return touchdowns that in the first quarter, and that kind of set us back initially. And then we just didn't do a good enough job in any facet. Just didn't do a good enough job, and that's a disappointing part for me and for this football team. But we're just going to keep swinging. With that, I'll take any questions.
To what do you attribute the 2 kickoff returns, punt returns for touchdowns?
You have to look at those, Mary Kay, to really find out. But anytime something like that happens, we have to do a better job in all facets. We got to put the guys in position, then they got to go make a play in those. But special teams is so much of just 11 guys doing their job, and we just didn't do our job.
Kevin, what did you like about the offense early versus what did you think was missing after that?
Yeah, obviously things that we need to clean up. Staying on the football field, scoring points. Some like early, there were some good moments coming out. Going into halftime, obviously, getting that field goal executed, but plenty to clean up.
With the 4th and 1 with about 10 minutes left, where is that ball supposed to go?
I'd have to look at it. It's a pass. It can go to multiple people.
Kevin, obviously the change of Tommy calling the plays, just how was the process with that today, and what do you think overall for his vision with the offense today?
Yeah, I obviously, like I told you guys, I have a total trust in Tommy. Obviously, we fell short as a team, but we'll just continue to try to find ways to put our guys in position.
When you look at some of the untimely penalties on offense and defense, the tripping call and then late on the last drive, what do you have to say about that, and where does that kind of lie? Like, how do you
that?
Listen,
we'll, like I said earlier, Daniel, we'll win as a team, we'll lose as a team. It's never going to be about one play, but bottom line is we have to play smart. That's a key to this winning and losing.
I'm sure you're talking there too about the neutral zone infraction on that last drive. Just mental error, or what's happening here?
Yeah. Again, it's never about one play. We we have to do our job, all of us, in that moment. That's very disappointing.
Kevin, it says Dylan, did you see any improvement from what you saw over the first 4 games from him? Where did you kind of feel like
I think it's I have to always, to give you a better evaluation, have to look at it. But I know there's plays that he's going to want back. I thought he made some plays with his feet also in this ball game, but can always improve.
What is 3 minutes left?
I mean, he didn't say that he played better. He said, I have to look at it. I have to look at it. Actually, let me change this real quick because we got that dude, that name you just saw. He's spamming again. Hold on, let me he's part of this. Let me just fix this real quick because I don't even want to have to deal with these people. People are like freaking vermin. That's what they are, man. Like, just spam you. And I need to go to his page and spam him. And I bet you he won't like it. I bet you he'll be like, crying foul at that point. Let me just do it like this. Get these spammers out of here. All right.
They have it. You don't.
Wait, did you hear Kevin Stefanski, what he said? He's not I know he won coach of the year, man, but it's like I said, this thing is all scripted. There's been another coach just come out, a ref or something like that, that's in betting and stuff like this. This stuff is scripted, man. They don't want to win. That's the bottom line. Actually, I don't know if it's that, but they don't want to go with Shedeur. He does not want to go with Shedeur, no matter what. Dillian, he's stinking up the place. It don't matter what. No matter what, we going with him.
Call timeout right away. Just take us through what you're thinking there. Obviously, the penalty sunk you, but what were you thinking with that sequence there?
And let me just say this. I know some people that's in this space, they've been commenting on the Cleveland Browns for a long time. They don't even know what they're talking about. You know why? They said, well, it's time for Kevin Stefanski to get fired. No, the owner is cool with him. Fired for what? They both on the same page with this. Yeah, fired for what? He's not getting fired.
Yeah, obviously you're thinking about when to call those things, and depending on, I think they got a first down on the first play there. You're going to stop it to try and get it back. And again, all things that it's easy to look at the end of that ball game, and we will, and we'll certainly be transparent with each other. But it's a 60-minute football game, and we got to do our job for 60 minutes.
Was getting Jerry involved an emphasis this week?
Yes, and it should be an emphasis every week, really.
How about just the fact that you guys gave up 6 sacks, 4 by Will McDonald? What kind of was the situation there?
Again, probably premature to say anything until I look at it, Mary Kay, but it's very typically a combination of things, whether it's offensive line, protection plan, getting open, all those things.
I agree with you. I think that's what it looks like. They're tanking the season. They're tanking it. But they're still, even if they tank the season, they're still not going to do well. This team has just got like an omen over them. They're still, it's like almost like they're not going to do well. And I know their fans was like, they were supposed to beat the Jets. No, you weren't. We're a better team than you guys. We just got rid of Sauce Gardner and the rest of the people. We still beat y'all. So obviously we're the better team. We don't got rid of Sauce Gardner and a few other people, and you still couldn't beat us. And our quarterback is struggling. And we still beat you because that means we're the better team. That's why.
Are there times where you think like Dillian just isn't seeing it as quickly, and especially when you talk about some of those sacks that were taken, you think he's just like seeing the field quickly and clearly?
Yeah, not fair until I look at it, Daniel, but it's very easy to put sacks just right on the offensive line. We got to look at all of it and find ways to work together in those areas.
Kevin, what do you feel like is an adequate sample size to properly evaluate a quarterback, especially a rookie quarterback?
Yeah, it's hard for me to speculate, but every single outing that our guys get, we're going to look at it and try and learn from it.
With you guys, losing this game and kind of now being behind the eight ball, I mean, do you stick with Dillian Gavriel after this game, or do you think about making a change?
Yeah, we're going to stick with Dylan. Obviously, this is a young players that you're always trying to get one game better and those type of things, but we have to play better as an offense. We have to coach better, all the above.
You see that? We're going to stick with Dylan. We got to coach better. We got to do this all of the above. Like, yeah, there's no way. I know we want to see Shedeur this year, but it's not going to be with this team. And I honestly believe even if Dillian gets hurt, they're going to go with Bailey Zappi. They're not going to go with Shedeur. They're going to go with Bailey. Yep. I honestly believe it was the owner's idea to bring him there. But then again, the word on the curb was it wasn't their idea to bring him in. Eric Dickerson said it came from up top to tell the teams not to draft him, right? And then at the last minute, they said the Browns were called and said, go ahead and draft him. And they didn't want to do it. They said somebody called the Browns and said, hey, this is going on too long. Draft him now. That's what Eric Dickerson said. So they really didn't want him. They didn't want him. You know what I'm saying? They didn't want him. And this is how it's playing out. Now, he's good enough, don't get me wrong, based on what they have there. He is the better quarterback, and they know that. But in order for a quarterback to succeed, the organization has to get behind you in order for the organization to succeed. You see what I'm saying? So they have to be able to support him like that, but I don't think they support him. I don't think so. But they do know he's the better of the quarterbacks they have there. So we're going to keep him, you know what I'm saying, for now, and we got him as insurance. And the thing is, they probably wanted more for him to trade him. They probably wanted a little bit more. But yeah, don't expect him to play this year unless Dillian gets hurt. You said what you mean for evil. You said what you mean for evil, God will turn it to good. The door will rise to the top. The top of what? The top of football? Listen, them people own this, okay? Them people. You got to think about it like this. Them people own this. Okay? Them people. We don't, oh, damn. He doing it again. He got another, that means he got another account that's been following me for a while. Hold on one second. I got to fix that. He got mad accounts, dog, and he be spamming. I think low key he agent any damn way. All right, you know what? Let's do it like shit, let's go. Let's up the ante. Let's do it 2 weeks. Maybe that'll get his vermin ass out of here. God, that dude's a vermin. You said Jimmy Haslam has to grow a pair and fire Stefanski. Grow a pair of what? He likes Stefanski. Oh, he likes him. Guys, before Shedeur got there, right? They went with another offensive coordinator at the last minute, almost to the end, around this time of the season. They went with Ken Dorsey. You remember he used to play quarterback at the University of Miami. And he played for the 49ers for a minute. Well, now he's the offensive coordinator. They had Ken Dorsey calling plays. And then they fired Ken Dorsey when the season was over and kept Stefanski. So this has happened already. Okay. And Stefanski didn't get fired then. He likes Stefanski. And also you got to figure out who Stefanski father is. They all like, he got a connection in the league from his father. And that's how he became a head coach. Okay. You got to understand the good old boy system. God ain't going to help the good old boy system. God ain't going to help that because shit, God would have helped that a long time ago, but God has not done anything. I hate when people say we're going to pray and he'll prevail. Prevail from what, man? Prevail from what? These people are evil. Prevail from what? He's stuck. He's stuck. And you go back to what Eric Dickerson said. He said the league, somebody from the league told somebody from higher up told teams not to draft him. Right? And then they said, all right, this is going too far. Now draft him. They told Cleveland Browns draft him, man. That's why when you saw that he got drafted, Kevin Stefanski and the general manager, Andrew Berry, they were looking like they were hostages. They didn't want to draft him. They did not want to draft him. That's the situation he's in. But there's value in him because he's selling them jerseys because of us. I don't know why we keep supporting these teams that's doing our people dirty. People thought it was cool too. Oh, I got a Shedeur jersey. Yeah, but you supporting the Cleveland Browns organization. You're literally supporting them, mistreating them. That's why we would never get nowhere. Right? And I'm not trying to get nowhere anyway. I'm just saying, I just see things for what it is. They not letting him go. He's a cash cow. Like, we're going to keep him and we're going to see he going to sit this bench. Period. You said after persecution. Why do we got to get persecuted for a fucking blessing? Nah, yo, I don't agree with all that. Why don't they get persecuted for a blessing? Y'all don't believe in all that. We got to get persecuted for a blessing. So we got to go through, we've been going through drama since we existed. Yeah, but see, Baker Mayfield left and now he's prospering. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you something. And this is very controversial. I'm gonna say it. You know, when all this stuff was happening to us, we should have accepted death. We should have fought to the death. Those type of people, they respect violence. That's what they respect. That's how they took this country through violence. So don't tell me we got to sit up here and pray and then we will persevere. We don't own the league. First of all, they do. You know what I'm saying? But I will point out the fact on how he got done dirty. Did you know he was probably more than likely he was the best quarterback in the draft? Did you know that? If you say it's Cam Ward, I'm not going to argue with you because, you know, him and Cam is cool. But I think arguably he was the best quarterback in the draft. And he went to the 5th round. Do I think he's better than Jackson Dart? Yes. But I like Jackson Dart too, though. I do. I can't hate. I'm not a hater. I like Jackson Dart. But only reason why, like, I pick in Shedeur is for a few reasons. We're missing him at Colorado right now. You know why? It don't matter how many times he got sacked. You always knew that he'll be ready for a big play. Even though we got one there now, it's just that they took too long to play him because they gave that other dude $800,000. That's why. And then it would look crazy. Like, it's like you wasted money, right? Think about it. If you gave a player $800,000, how that look to the investors that he's not playing? They feel like they wasted their money. So I think they had to play him. And this is the perfect time to go ahead and part ways with them. That's going to go down as one of the biggest heists in their school history. When he came there, Salter, he performed a heist. He sure did. But hey, money is money. I'm that's a plus that he got the money, but it's like a heist. Yes, he performed a heist. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. He performed a heist and fucked up the season. He performed a heist. He did. That was a heist. It was. You said Juju would have to forgive the situation. In order for him to stay there, yes, he has to forgive the situation. He does. So at this point, Shedeur, just like you said, just be patient. It's not about persevering over nothing. He shouldn't have to. He earned his right. He worked hard. He put a lot of work in the offseason to get drafted in the first round. He's been working on that first round since he was a kid. This was meant to break him. They're trying to break him. That's what they're trying to do. You see, recently, Kanye West had to go apologize to somebody. I don't know if you saw that video. Why do we have to go do that? Why is this world set up that way? Because you got to fight to the death. Haiti did it. Haiti did it. But the only problem with Haiti is they've been paying for that war that they won. They've been paying for that ever since. These people are unforgivable. They're destructive, and they come up in my chat too. You ever see it? They came in my chat earlier. They mad about the way I'm talking because they think I'm talking about all of them. I'm not talking about all of them. I'm talking about the haters, the ones that got hate in their blood. But they feel guilty because they think I'm talking about all of them. Let me tell you this: if you feel guilty or you feel a certain type of way about what I'm saying, it applies to you. For sure it does. Because something in your DNA has just now gotten triggered. Okay? So if you're triggered by it, if you're not triggered by it and you know you're not a hateful person, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the ones that are. I'm almost kind of glad Salter took 800,000 from him. Because I don't think that school deserves Prime to be there. I don't. I don't. He deserves to be in the SEC. He deserves to be somewhere in the SEC or Florida State or University of Florida, something. That's what he deserves. Then you got former players. They're banding together with podcasters to talk down on him. That's by design because the guy already said he was a part of the crew that bought Prime there. He said this. He was part of the crew that bought Prime there, and he hoped that if Prime leaves, he hopes he quits so they don't have to pay him the money. The man above. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. The man above. How you been? Elder Dwayne Hall, what's going on? You said Shedeur always talk about God timing. Look what's going on in the world. Elder, you know what? Yeah, now that you say that, yeah, I see what you're saying. You know what? I see what you're saying. You're saying it don't happen when you want it to happen. It's divine timing when it's supposed to happen. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Trust me, I'm not the type of one to just sit here and read comments and keep going. No, you hit me with that one. I'm in agreement. I'm in agreement with you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm in agreement with it. You know, sometimes I'm talking and then I'm like, wait a minute. You said I'm not 800,000. What? Let me see what he does to earn that money. Well, here's the thing. I didn't throw the 800,000 out there. Matt McChesney did. Thank you, the man above. I haven't seen you in a minute, but you know the thing is, well, I don't go live that much actually. Trying to. But let me see. What was I? He had a really good career at Liberty. He did. I'm telling you, he did. Go watch his highlights. I'm talking about he was like the leader in touch. He was like the either the number 2 or number 3 leader in all of football when it comes to individual touchdowns of all football. It was a possibility that he could have made the league from Liberty. That's the type of numbers he were putting up. The only thing I can think of is sometimes certain systems just don't work out. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. It's just you really can't explain it. Maybe it's just a different environment. The altitude, I'm not sure what it is. Well, yeah, his NIL evaluation is online on Juju. You said his price goes up every guy's not know. Yeah, he was good at Liberty. He was really, really, really good at Liberty. So I'm not hating that they paid him that money because if you think about quarterbacks for a second, and also he was pretty sought after in the portal. You know, people were interested in him in the portal, and Prime knew who he was, you know, because he coached his brother, you know, back in the day. So he had a he knew who this kid was. So yeah, I know the man above. I know. So you know the thing is, I don't. Maybe it was just the system didn't work out. You know, it sucks because this is his last go at it. This is his last year of eligibility. Sometimes it just don't work. Sometimes it's okay. It doesn't mean that he can't play. It just sometimes it just doesn't work out. And the thing is, you got to learn a whole new playbook, and you got to learn it in a short period of time. It's very difficult. Unless they could have, he could have told them what worked for him at Liberty, and maybe work some plays around that. But he really couldn't get the ball to the receivers as you see Juju is doing. Juju getting the ball to the receivers. And Omarion had a good game because of it, you know, with the touchdown passes. So he looks like he's the future as long as he don't leave. He'll be the obviously he'll be the starter next year because you know he'll have a year under his belt, lift some weights. He's still getting more mature. This playing time is what Juju really needed. He needed the reps under the lights. Yeah, he did, just like Shedeur does. Oh man, if he stays and you know Seaton is there, they're gonna have they're gonna get their weapons in, but they're gonna have to get it from the high school level. Most of the good players, because you know if you notice, most of their good players now came from high school. Brandon David Swain, you know what I'm saying? He came from the high school. Hey, Kimberly, he came from the high school ranks. Juju, Seaton. There's only, you know, obviously there's some transfer portal players that went to the NFL, but you know, like Jimmy Horn and Xavier Weaver. Man, that was one of the best things that we got in the portal. Those are two of the best kids we got in the portal with Jimmy Horn and Xavier Weaver. It was a blessing for them to come. It was a blessing, and I really enjoyed them guys playing. I really did. Really enjoyed. Man, it seemed like it went by too quickly. Because you know, when Xavier Weaver came there, he only had that one season. Jimmy had another. I really appreciated him because you know they cared about the game. They actually cared about winning. You see the difference. And Bucky said it was a few people that didn't care. They were having a good time after the loss. Tafiq. Tafiq was a really good pickup. Tafiq was a really good pickup. He's a future pro too. Really good pickup. Yeah, so they got some good pickups in the portal. I mean, he will get Caden Salter will get he's still gonna get his opportunity. He's like you know who, like, as far as his stature and stuff and how he run, who he remind me of the Arizona quarterback. You know, from his tape at Liberty, and go look at the Arizona Cardinals quarterback. They remind me, it's like they're the same player. And that's saying a lot, isn't it? Kyler Murray. They both run, they use their leg, they're speedsters. He kind of reminded me of him. And I don't know what happened. Maybe it's just the plays and he wasn't trusting. See, he wasn't there with the receivers. He didn't build that rapport with the receivers to you see how Juju just threw the ball and trusted that they'll go get it? He didn't quite do that. You know what I'm saying? If he feel like they're not open, he's not gonna throw it. Yeah, LeJontay Wester as well was a good pickup. And his brother too, but unfortunately his brother left. Tafik and JoJo, that's all the guys that they're hits. I think a few of those players on the offensive line were pretty good, but they got injured. Two of them were injured in this game. And then we had a nose tackle. He got injured. He's out for the season. Remember, he had knee surgery. He would have been the heir apparent to Chidozie. I forget his name, but he had an injury. He makes YouTube videos. He had an injury to his knee, and I believe he was the heir apparent to Chidozie. They're kind of like the same build too. You know what I'm saying? But unfortunately, we lost him. I think we lost him for the season. But I guarantee you, he would have been like a Chidozie type. Go toe to toe with teams like Georgia Tech and play like we did last few weeks. Could be the players. Something could have happened, you know. Somebody must have gave up. I don't know. But sometimes when the game get ahead of you like that, it breaks your spirit. It breaks your spirit. You ever played a game where you got beat up so bad? I'm talking about I did. I was in a game. We got beat so bad, guys, that at halftime we was like, look. No, the last quarter of the game, we was like, look, if we don't score here, we might as well just fight at this point. The coach looked at us like, hey, y'all do what y'all want to do. He said, because they sitting up here, now they disrespecting us. He said, at this point, we might as well just start fighting if we don't score. We wound up scoring. Because we was like, we got to get a field goal out of the deal or something. And then my boy was like, take his legs out. Take his legs out. I said, what you mean take his leg? He said, take his legs out. That's all he kept saying. We not winning this game. Take his legs out. I was like, I'm not taking nobody's legs out. Because you know the thing is, you know why? Because they'll come back and do it to you. So that's one thing I didn't do. I must say to y'all. We got beat. We got beat 21-7. Now you might say, well, no, that's not a blowout. Yes, it was a blowout. Because we buried, first of all, we scored 7 points by the grace of God, right? And they were just beating us physically. I'm talking about just beating us. You said James Otis got to hit the portal because he was a waste of money and Juju not going nowhere. You said Dylan Edwards is in the portal again. He is leaving Kansas State because he wasn't playing sitting on the bench. Why would they have him sitting on the bench? He was killing it one of them games I saw. I don't think Dylan should have went nowhere. He should have stayed in Colorado. He would have played in Colorado. I think, you know what I think it is, guys? He probably think he was gonna have to share time. He didn't think he was gonna play. And we ended up needing him. But I think a lot of teams, his size got something to do with it. They might think he's too small, but he's fast though. Like, you can use him. You gotta know how to use him. But that's a shame, you know, he didn't work out there. That's his father's alma mater. I believe he played back when Michael Bishop was playing. I believe his dad was playing. I would love to see him come back to Colorado. He left because his friends on K-State. Is the quarterback still there? One of his friends, they got what's his name is his friend, quarterback. Oh, he's still there. I don't know why he's leaving though. Like, why they not playing? Did he get hurt or something? Players think the grass is greener only from I know. Only for many to be set in the portal. And permanently in the portal is not good. Avery Johnson, that's his name. Because I keep thinking of the basketball player Avery Johnson. No, I mean, was Dillian hurt? Okay, Avery Johnson is still the quarterback. Okay. Another thing is money too, man. Money is killing it because the players, they see what other players are getting, and they want to get that too, man. You know what I'm saying? I think Avery Johnson about to be a senior, right? He's 21 years old. He like, what's his name? That's Light Bright. Yeah, he a junior. He about to be a senior. He's 6'3". He might have a chance in the league too, guys. What do y'all think, Avery Johnson? He might. I know he fast as fuck. I mean, Dylan did put out some good tape. You said Dylan wasn't hurt and active, and he just wasn't playing. You know, the thing is, like, you want to play. Isaiah Augustus left for a check, with Virginia wound up buried in the South Carolina's depth chart. 2 carries all year. You said he got neither a check nor playing hand. That's hard right there. I think it might have got back to a lot of people at University of Virginia, because I remember taking somebody up to campus, up to University of Virginia, and I was talking about how they got Augusta. I said, man, y'all just took Augusta from us. She was like, who? I said, Isaiah Augusta. She's like, okay. I said, they gave him $1 million. She said, $1 million, not University of Virginia. I said, why not? She was like, it depends. She was like, because she was telling me she must knew a lot about the program. She said they have a pool of money that goes to all the athletes. I think she said it was over. I forgot how much it was. It was in the millions. and they split it. But she did say the basketball and football team get more of the pool, get more of the money. You said Dylan Edwards was a third string running back last season with Kansas. Damn. He would have been a man in Colorado right now. You said we need defensive tackles, linebackers. Right, I know. But we got a offensive lineman there now that's NFL bound, not just Seaton. It's another one. Wait a minute. Let me see who it is. I'll tell you right now. Let me see. We heard from Kevin Stefanski. Let's see. She's all right, I'm gonna have to go here. This is not like what's his name? The kid name. I believe it's Zylan Chrysler. And then you also have what's the other one name? Yeah, Zylan. The right guard, I believe. If I'm not mistaken. You said Cash Cleveland's at Texas Tech. Is he playing? Oh, he redshirt. He must have got injured. Could be redshirting. Because they probably already have an OG center there already. You don't never relinquish that center position. That's the one position that whoever the junior is, sometime depending on how great they are, you start a center as a freshman, he never relinquished that spot. He'll keep it for the whole 4 years. People usually don't like to switch out their centers. That's almost like the quarterback because they got to read defenses as well and communicate with the offensive line. So if you got a good center, you don't never want to get rid of him. We have a good one now in McGill. We have a good center. Our center is not bad. Zarian McGill, he's not bad. We got a pretty good center. I wanted to see, you know what I wanted to see? I wanted to see them move Rock to the center. Rock. As strong as he is, I wanted to see them move him to center. But they went and recruited. Yeah, I know Cash was going to be pretty good, though. Cash Cleveland. He said Tech got that bag, though. I bet you he did get money to go to Texas Tech. You said McGill will be with us for another year. That's good. You talking about our center, right? It says that he's a grad transfer. No, he's a senior. It said that he's a senior transfer. So you thinking he may come back for another year? Zarian McGill. He's really good though. He need more bona fide Power 5 players on the team. Yeah, he's gotten them from high school. He did. He's getting them all from high school. But the thing is, like I said, he said it. Most of the people, they know what we need. And he want them to like hit us up. You know what we need. I had said that the man above. I said he gotta go in the hood, man. He gotta go talk to the mamas. Oh, he played on sparingly this season. This is last year. This is last eligible year. Yeah, we need to recruit. Yeah, in high school, in the hood. Or you have to go after certain players, right? You got to go after them Polynesians. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to find big men. It's hard. And when you find them, you got to keep them, especially when you spot them, especially when you spot them in high school. You have to go after them. Like, you got to recruit them hard. And it is the high school level. Telling you, man, I know what them players look like. I'm talking about them 6'7", 300-pound bosses. That's what you need. And when you get them up to college, they get even bigger. Just like Caden Proctor. They got him out of high school and recruited him, brought his mother up. You know how they do. We need somebody that mother, they can cook good. We need one of them recruits where their mother can cook good as fuck. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Their mother can cook good. And he's a mama's boy. That's what we need. You said Juju been following his dad's lead. If that continues, he'll stay in Colorado. You said, you said talking about your mama, like, hold up, let me see. Hold up. Let me see Jacoby Jones. Hold on, let me see. You know exactly what I'm talking about. I just don't want to say it. Hold up. Let me see. You said Juju dad is why he came over to from USC. You say, I don't know if they're gonna give Prime that type of grace if he goes to the high school route. We're talking 3 to 5 year build. I've been saying that demand above. I said it's gonna take at least minimum another 2 years. But they're not trying to give them that grace. We already got those stupid podcasts talking about, I don't know. It takes a long time to build the program. He's only been there 3 years. You said that's what I'm talking about, Latanya. We got to get people who need football. Those are the ones who play with heart. Yeah. Like that's their way out. A lot of the players that he have up there, that's not their way out. Their parents probably already got money. That's not a Power 5. They almost have a Power 5 team. They almost. It's not quite there yet. Not quite. I'm going to show you what they need. Hold on. Y'all already know what they need, but I have to illustrate it. Y'all gonna remember this too when I find it. Now that I'm talking about it, I hope I can find it. Because it's been a while since it's been a while since I liked this video. Let me see. It's with any facet of life, man. You know who wants it and who don't. You know, halfway work, work a little bit. No, you gotta put overtime in. It's the same with social media. Somebody was telling me they built their TikTok. They said they put out 5 videos a day for 3 months straight. Every day, Monday through Sunday, 5 videos a day. That's why they got like 500,000 followers. They put out 5 videos a day for 3 months straight, 7 days a week. Yeah, so it don't matter what you do. You gotta grind like your damn heart is on them, like your life is on the damn line. Like your life's on, and when you go into that game, it's gonna be a problem. Like, you know what I'm saying? Damn, I can't find that video now. Damn, this must have been years since I saw that video. It ain't been that long. I know where I'll find it at. I'll find it somewhere on YouTube somewhere. Y'all just got to see this. This is one video, guys. I'm telling you. Oh, here it is. I found it. I found it. He said, he said, this don't really piss me the fuck off. This is what they need. Hold on. I found it. This is what they need right here. They need people to talk like this.
And the man on the field got to see me. I'm gonna choke his ass out. Let's go. It ain't no fault. We the next man on the motherfucking schedule. Let's go. We Bama, that's what we do. Yes, sir. Talk that shit, of course they scared. We ain't talking no shit. That's the routine. That's how we do it. Yes, sir. Change today. I promise you that shit. They may look like they want it, but I guarantee you, he don't want it. They go back.
He said he may look like he want it, but I guarantee you, he don't want it. He said he gonna have to see me. He gonna have to see. I don't see nobody in Colorado acting like this.
I'm gonna let him know he don't want it.
Hold up.
That's the course they scared. We ain't I'm gonna choke his ass out. Let's go. It ain't no fault. We the next man on the motherfucking schedule. Let's go. We Bama, that's what we do.
He said we Bama and this is what we do. He said there ain't nothing but another team on the schedule. That's all it is. See what Coach Saban went and recruited? Coach Saban used to go to the hood. Guys, one time, It was a football player I was growing up with. This dude in high school, he had all type of schools. This dude was like, football was his only way out. He had people, random people coming up in the hood, man. All right, hold on. Let me find it.
Man on the field got to see me.
He said that man on the field got to see him. That's what I'm to God. This is what they need. Right.
Piss me off. And the man on the field got to see me. I'm going to choke his ass out. Let's go. It ain't no fault. He the next man on the motherfucking schedule. Let's go. We Bama.
He said he pissed them off. What is he pissed off for, guys? He said he pissed off.
Piss me off. And the man on the field got to see me. I'm going to choke his ass out. Let's go. It ain't no fault. He the next man on the motherfucking schedule. Let's go. We Bama. That's what we do. Yes, sir. Talk that shit or they scared. We ain't talking no shit. That's the routine. That's how we do it. Yes, sir. Change today. I promise you that shit. They may look like they want it, but I guarantee you he don't want it. They go back.
He said he may look like he want it, but I guarantee you he don't want it. Now that's a dog. That's what coach want. That's what he want. And he had a bunch of dogs with him. You see how he had his hand taped up? You see how the other dude had his hand taped up? That's to hit somebody in the mouth. So he won't break his hands. You ever seen an offensive lineman that he looked like something wrong with him? That's what you need. I don't care what color they are. It's a dog is a dog. And it's a certain type that I'm looking for. It's a certain type. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It's a certain type. It's a certain type. He said that and what pissed him off, DJ? He said, I'm pissed off. He said, that man got to see me. He said, he got to see me. That's a football player. He said, I'm pissed off, and that man got to see me. Okay, that's what Jordan see. They need a whole defensive line like that. Okay, that feed off each other. He said, we're going to go in there. He said, this is just a routine, just another team on the schedule. And we said, we're going to go right back on, take care of business, and we out of here. You said, yeah, talking about linemen like Lyle Zato. Like, you know what I'm talking about? He got to swipe that card. I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying? You know what type. Y'all know what type. That type I just showed you. Right there. You see how he looking? He looking at his players. He's pissed off right now. Now, what did the other team do to piss him off? Playing him. Just because they have to play him that pissed him off. That's what he needs. Yeah, so that's what you need, guys. And let me tell you something. Money ain't got nothing to do with it. Yeah, he do have to pay him. He did pay these people this time. He did. No. He has to go after a certain type. You got to pay the right person, not the wrong one. Okay? Let me tell you something. If I'm down by 7 points at the halftime and I'm an offensive lineman, because I'm already out on a away game, I'm tearing up their locker room. You best believe I'm kicking that locker room. I'm kicking the locker. I'm putting my hand through the locker. I'm mad as fuck. Okay? I'm punching the locker because my hand is already wrapped up already. I want a Ndamukong Suh. You hear me? I want somebody like Ndamukong Suh, man. I want a Warren Sapp. I want a Warren Sapp. I want a Ndamukong Suh. Romanowski. Now, Romanowski was crazy. That man was crazy. Okay. Bill was 100% a psychopath. He was crazy. He is crazy. Yeah, like a Bill Romanowski. Yeah, Ndamukong Suh, I said it. He was a nut too. Ndamukong Suh was a nut, but like smart off the field. He was smart off the field. You know? Yeah, you can pay. They've already been paying the people. You got to pay the right people. Where they get all these great players at? They got them in the hood. Where they get Michael Vick at? In the hood. Where they get Allen Iverson at? The hood. You got to go in the hood. You got to go find in the hood. Them the ones that's going to play from sun up to sundown. Those are ones that's going to watch film. Okay? You need some offensive linemen that are dangerous. They got two of them on the team now. The one I told you about, Kressler, he's dangerous. He looks like it. They do have the offensive lineman there now. They did. Look, guys, they got that right. They got the offensive lineman right. They did. They did get it right, but they need help. I mean, it's other things going on. And I believe they got a good tight end there. They just got to use them more. You know what I'm saying? But I'm talking about them defensive linemen. Yeah, Yaya is strong and fast. So I think they did good with him too. And he had blood all over his jersey. He crazy too. Yaya crazy. Yeah, and you say new to the game before. Yeah, he doing just good. He doing just well. I think he plays soccer too. You said he needs 2 or 3 defense and offense who need football. Right. He's only about, I would say right now, just with the guys he have now, he's 7 players away. He's 7 players away. And this is what I want to say. Remember, McChesney said these guys are nothing but a bunch of mercenaries. No, that's what we need. We need some motherfucking mercenaries. We need some killers to come up in there. Okay? We need some straight up assassins like this guy on that screen. I'm talking about you're not sacking my quarterback. You're not going to sack my quarterback. It's going to be up. You're not sacking my quarterback. Okay? And then yesterday, if I was the offensive lineman, he grabbed my quarterback by the hair like that, you see how my hands will be wrapped up like battering rams for a reason. That means I just come up and push him off. And it hurts when I push him off because I just hit him in the damn face. No, I won't hit him in the face right there. I'll hit him during the game. Especially, I would tell my guard, let me change the guard. Let me get him real quick. So I can hit him in the damn face with my battering rams. Let me show you a picture real quick. This is the offensive lineman I'm looking for. This is what I'm looking for. Hold on. Hold on. I'm gonna tell you something. Y'all gonna know exactly who it is when you see it. I'm gonna tell you, this is when, because I had to block one time because my hand was broke, so they made me block, couldn't catch. I saw a documentary on this guy, and I immediately went out and I went to the training room. I said, y'all got any tape? I want to wrap my hands up like this guy. The guy was like, we sure do have it. And he said, I know why you're doing it. Hold on. Let me show you. I gotta redo the photo real quick. I want somebody to come in there to look like this. Because once they get a bunch of people that look like this, your problems have now been solved. You don't have to worry about your quarterback getting dragged by his hair. Now I'm gonna tell you something. If you see this guy, you already know who I'm talking about. I'm gonna give you a hint. Oakland Raiders. I said Oakland Raiders. Let me give you another hint. Oakland Raiders, 1970s. That said it there. I know the first thing y'all gonna say is Art Shell. No. Yeah, I want Art Shell too. I want somebody to look like Art Shell for sure. But y'all know who the other one is. This one guy on the Pittsburgh Steelers, right? He said when he saw this man, he said, "Oh Lord." He said, "Well, I'm gonna have a bad day." He said his player was over there grunting and all this. And then he said he looked at the guy. He said, "Nope, I'm not gonna go with him." There he is. You give me somebody that look like this. Okay? You give me somebody that look like Bob Brown, man. Give me somebody like that. Okay? Give me somebody like that. Look at his hands. You see his hands? His hands were not broken. That's how I wrapped my hands up. They were like and I remember the ref looking, he said, "Son, you all right?" I said, "Yeah, I just having a problem with my hands." You said he looked like he put somebody in the tent and is happy about it. Right. You gotta be happy about it. Like busting somebody in the face. And I don't know if you could see near his shoulder pad, there's blood there. You can see it. There's blood on his shoulder pad. Blood. Okay. Yeah, that's who I'm talking about, man. And he played with Art Shell. And you know Art Shell, when he played, it was just a bad situation. Okay. Them two men were dangerous and they played next to each other. Them men were straight up dangerous, yo. They were straight killers. Art Shell. Straight killers, man. That's what they need. They need somebody like that look crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, man, when you line up next to this person, you're like, yo, this dude ain't rap type. That's what you need. Now, like I said, coach, he's paying people, but you got to pay the right people. You know what I'm saying? And they're not hard to find. You just got to go. That's up to your what do you call it? Your recruiting department. Like somebody like a Coach Rispers. But he's not there no more. He would have found those people. There's just certain places you got to go to. And them Polynesians, they act the same way. You got to go find them. I'm talking about somebody that piled their plate up. They piled their dinner up. You know their dinner plate is piled to the top. Okay? You need somebody like that. Look at this. Let me show you another one. Now he played next to this guy, Bob Brown. Guys, look at that shit. That's Art Shell. That's Art Shell, man. He looked like he want to hurt you. He looked like it. Like, I'm gonna hurt you in this game. And it ain't gonna be personal. It ain't personal. It ain't personal. Now let me just show you, so it ain't about race. Let me find a killer for you, because it ain't about race. Hold up. This is like, yo, this one right here. Hold up. People are like, oh, he's only showing the brothers. Nah, it's not about race. You got to go. It's a mentality, and you got to go find them. They out there. And Jordan Seaton is one of them. And I remember, do you ever go to Jordan Seaton's page, right? Go to his very first video. You see him, just a kid working out. All he doing was working out in the gym by himself, him and his little brother. He had his little brother with him. And all he doing was working by himself. Everybody else, going out, chasing them girls. And he's sitting there in the gym. Now he got a Maybach. You hear me? Now he got a Maybach now. While all his high school buddies were chasing the girls around. Now I got one worse than Bill Romanowski. Hold on. I got one worse for you. I know you're like, who could be worse than that? Listen, when you see this guy right here, it's all bad. That's all bad. That look at him. That's all bad. That's all bad right there. That's Ray Nitschke. That's all bad. When you line up in front of this man, you having a bad day. You're gonna have a bad day. Yeah. Jordan Seaton do remind me of Art Shell. Jordan Seaton is nasty. Let me see if I can find a nasty picture of Jordan Seaton. He is nasty. Oh yeah. It's this picture of him. It's during a game. He's looking off to the side. Y'all may have seen this picture, but you see Ray Nitschke? Just take a good look at him. That's the type of football player. If you line up in front of him, you having a bad day. You're going to have a bad day because he's crazy. But you know the one thing about Ray Nitschke is, and all these guys that I told you, they're all very smart. Every last one of them. Ray Nitschke was the type of person, they said. I used to learn all this from watching NFL film. Remember that show, NFL Films, with Sable? That was a really good show to learn about football. They said Ray Nitschke was the type that beat your ass throughout the whole game and want to ask how your mother's doing at the end. Hey, how your family? And can I take you out for a coffee? After he don't beat your ass. Can I take you out for a coffee? And he was a very articulate guy, very well read. He was also like he was like Jack Johnson. Jack Johnson was the same way. He was well read, very articulate, but could sit up there and whoop you all day. He was a bully, but he was a smart one. All of these players I'm showing you the same way. Now, this picture right here with Jordan Seaton, when I saw this picture right here, I knew he was the real deal. Look how he's looking, yo. He's mad. You see his face? He's deranged. Look at his face. What is he mad about? It don't matter with these guys. They pick something to be mad about. He mad about something. That kid's gonna be great. He is. He gonna be great. Look how Jordan Seaton looking. It's all bad, all bad. But this guy here, look at him. That's Bob Brown. They said this guy literally, he probably should have been locked up. The way he was doing people on the field. They said it was one guy that was grunting the whole game, like screaming the whole game because he was being guarded by Bob Brown. No telling what Bob was doing to him. And his partner right here, that's Art Shell. Look at Jordan Seaton. He's next up. It's a big man sport. Oh man, Orlando Pace. He's probably one of the top of all time. One of the top. I remember Orlando Pace in high school. Yeah, I remember Orlando Pace in high school because he played basketball. And he was fast on his feet, and he had a close to a 30-inch vertical at his size. You know, Orlando Pace was one of the only offensive linemen to be in the finalists for the Heisman Trophy. An offensive lineman, a finalist for the Heisman Trophy. That's how good he was. But with that position, you have to be a little crazy. You gotta be. But I told you how Jordan Seaton was looking. He got the look. That's how I knew he was gonna be good. He had that look. I'm like, what is he mad about something? Yeah, they're mad. You can leave a big man alone because it's a big man sport. They're the bodyguards. There you go. Look at him. You're gonna have a bad day if he in front of you. Just know that. That's Orlando Pace when he's at Ohio State. That was the year when he was up for the Heisman Trophy. You see how he looked? You about to have a bad day if his hands get on you. And that's when he was going against Michigan. You can see it in his face. You're going to have a bad day. Not going to be a good one. You said he definitely came to protect Shedeur. He did. Yeah, Orlando was fourth in the voting for the Heisman Trophy. Orlando Pace 6'6", 330. Jordan Seaton 6'6", 330. Yeah, he does remind me of Orlando Pace. He does. That's why everybody know he's going to the NFL. Everybody knows it. And you know, another one was Jonathan Ogden. He was another one, Jonathan Ogden. Now, I know you now this guy I'm about to show you, he was one of the top ever. He was one of the top ever. He's like, this guy I'm about to show you, he probably is on the Mount Rushmore of offensive linemen. Who you think I'm talking about? I give you a hint. His finger is bent backwards. His finger is bent backwards. Y'all know who I'm talking about? His finger is bent backwards. I don't think he's ever given up a sack. I know Orlando Pace, he never given up a sack in college ever or high school. He probably gave up a few in the NFL, but in college and high school, he's never given up a sack. Ever. Ever, ever. But this guy I'm about to show you right here, he's on the Mount Rushmore. Let's see. Yeah, let me show you this one. This is the last one I'm gonna show you. They find something like this. They find a few more players. They in business. Let me see. Yeah, Jonathan Ogden, man, he was really good. Orlando Pace, but this guy might be the best of them all. He might be the best. More than likely, he's the best ever, or one of the best ever. There you go. That's Anthony Munoz. That guy was a straight killer. Straight killer. You're gonna have a bad day if he's in front of you. You're gonna have a bad day. That's the bottom line. You're just gonna have a bad day. Look at his hands. And his hand is bent backwards. His pinky is bent backwards. Larry Allen was another one. Yeah, you see how he looked? You're gonna have a bad day. He was like 6'7", 6'6" too. They're bodyguards. But if you look at some of them highlights on him, NFL films, you know he was a straight dog. But obviously Larry Allen, Jonathan Ogden, Orlando Pace, all of them were really good. They're all in the Hall of Fame. They all were really good. He's in the Hall of Fame. All of them in the Hall of Fame. Cortez Kennedy, rest in peace to him. They all were good. It's like it's a certain type that you look for, and they're rare. Because offensive linemen, they stay with the team. They usually don't get traded. They usually stay with their teams. When you find an offensive lineman like that ain't no fucking joke, you always keep them. He said old school gangster days sent to collect money. That's what he looked like. Look at his hands, man. He got blood. You see on his right hand? There's blood there. You see it? On his wrist tape? That's blood. And you see his you see his on his right hand, his thumb. You see how it's bent? His thumb is bent all the way back. I don't know if it was him, but I think it was somebody he told the doctor to take the ligaments out. I forget it. I don't think it was him. Or take the bone out of his hand or something so he won't feel it no more or something. Yeah, them dudes was killers, man. There was another one. He went to the Minnesota Supreme Court. He was on the defensive line. He was one of the original purple people eaters. And he was on the Supreme Court for a while. Let me see. It was his name is Alan Page. He's a he's a former Minnesota Supreme Court justice. And yeah, he was a straight killer, man. very interesting career. You know, he was a tough guy. And he went on to become a lawyer and a Supreme Court justice. All these guys that I'm showing you, they all are really, really smart guys off the field. All of even Anthony Munoz, all of them are. It's like an offensive lineman has to be one of the smartest people on the field. And it's usually the offensive lineman, believe it or not. Because they can read defenses just like the quarterback. You said, what about Perry? You talking about the refrigerator? Oh my God, man. I mean, what can I say about him? That's the refrigerator. You're gonna have a bad day messing with the refrigerator. William the Refrigerator Perry? Yeah, you're gonna have a bad day messing with the refrigerator. Look at his name, the refrigerator. And he was missing teeth. Oh my God. You imagine got to go to war with somebody he missing teeth? He ain't care nothing about you. He ain't caring about his teeth. Yeah. Ray Nitschke was missing teeth. Shit, another one was Dick Butkus. That's another one. Another crazy one. Yeah, Anthony Munoz was Hercules strong. That's why he's considered one of the best of all time. And of course, the guy from the 49ers right now, he's really good. And you see, he always got an attitude. Like, you know what I'm saying? He don't play on the field. But man, you said, what about Perry? You mean the refrigerator? Oh my God. Not the refrigerator. Let me find a picture of the refrigerator. Because the refrigerator, look, man. You said, what about the refrigerator? All I can tell you was with the refrigerator. Let me see if I can find one when he was at Clemson. Let me see. This is one photo when he was at Clemson. You just know, like, he was going to be special. They all look, if you notice, they all look alike. They all look crazy. And that's what we were talking about today, what Coach Prime is looking. Coach know that's what he wants. You just got to go find them. Usually you get them in high school. Or maybe you can lure some to the transfer portal. You got the right amount of money. You can lure them out. Yeah, you can see. You can lure them out. But the ones that are coming out the transfer portal though, I don't think it's possible to really get. I think maybe Coach may have thought that he wasn't going to have a problem getting these players. But, you know, it's cutthroat around the league. You know, people, they undercut you. If they see you going there, they offer the kid more money. I think he's having he might have thought he was going to get his pick of the litter, and that didn't happen. He did get quite a bit, though. Good offensive lineman. He did. Look how crazy he looked, man. That's William Perry. See his eyes? You having a bad day. You having a bad day, you playing William Perry. You caught the end of Anthony Munoz's career when you got into football. Yeah, well, just the fact that you know who Anthony Munoz is, That's all you. That's it. As long as you know who he is. You say Coach Prime had that lineman that lost his teeth. Yeah, you need somebody like that, but he just didn't pan out. That's somebody you need. You know what I'm saying? Somebody with an edge to him. But I don't think coaching them, they can deal with that type. But see, these guys I'm showing you here, they all are very smart. They didn't get in trouble, believe it or not. So you still need that discipline, but I don't think William Perry had to watch no film. All he needed to do was just beat the man up in front of him. That was his thing. And cause havoc. But yeah, hopefully they go find these people though. It's just a little, you know, it's a little competitive out there to get these guys. But yeah, it starts pretty much in high school. That's where you got to get them. But anyway, guys, let me get out of here. I will catch you guys on the next one. Yeah, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Shedeur, just continue to be patient. That's pretty much it. And eventually he'll get his shot eventually. Dillian keep getting sacked like he doing. It might come sooner or later. But yeah, man. We'll see what happens. But I see what's his name went up to Shedeur at the game, Max B. He just got out of jail today and went straight to the Jets game. Just got out of jail today from doing 16 years to meet Shedeur Sanders. He just got out of jail today and shook Shedeur Sanders' hand today. Because Shedeur went up to him. He went up to him in French, Montana. They were on the field. Yep. So he know about Shedeur. You say your dad played against Kenny King, Raiders running back. Yeah, so let me get out of here, guys. I'll talk to you all later. All right, y'all.